what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Alex, and today we're talking about some more Gotham Knights. And the topic of today's video is going to be some of the comments and concerns I have about the game. Now, this last week or so, I've been combing over all the footage of this game, looking at all the combat, because every time I see the combat, there's always something that sticks out to me, and I couldn't put my finger on it, but I think I have. And I don't think it's something that they can fix before launch, and I don't really think it's something that they can fix even after launch. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the other issues I believe they have, and most of these things are combat related, so I believe they can be tweaked, but in reality we're just going to have to wait until the game launches, see how everything plays out. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the first bullet point. Bullet point number one is that the combat looks pretty shallow. Now, I know that there's a lot of abilities you can use to, weave in and out the actual combat itself, but from what I've seen, I could be missing something. There seems to be only one attack button that you tap for a light attack and you hold for a heavy attack, and then there's a dodge button, and that seems to be it as far as the actual combat. Now, I know you have your abilities that you can use. Those are, I'm pretty sure, assigned to like the R1 or L1 buttons, and you could press or hold those to use different abilities. So there are ways to weave in and out other attacks to actually spice up the combat and do, bigger combos and stuff like that. But as far as the actual combat, definitely don't expect anything like the Arkham series. I've said that before. This game is not like Arkham. This is a completely different team, completely different story, completely different game. So I wasn't expecting it to be anything like Arkham, but I do think one thing that's going to hinder this game is that the only way to avoid damage is to either run or dodge. And I think that's been one of the big pain points that people have been complaining about when they watch the gameplay. They're saying like the guys are dodging too much, they're just rolling all over the floor, they're doing combos, they're rolling. And I don't think that's a product of the actual person not knowing what they're doing as much, but that's the only way to mitigate damage. So if we're playing this game, you're going to be rolling to avoid damage, unless somewhere in some of those skill trees they have parries and stuff like that. Maybe there's like a skill that can parry, or some type of ability or something like that. But as of right now, there doesn't seem no way to block or parry, so the only damage mitigation we have is dodging. I think that may be a mistake on their end, but we'll see how that plays out when more people get their hands on the game. And yeah, on to the next bullet point. Now, this next bullet point is a pet peeve of mine, so this might not bother other people, but if this game is going to be 4-player co-op, I need them to give you an option to adjust the banter between your characters. I know some people love that stuff, but me myself, I kind of play with the minimum chatter in my games. I don't like to hear a lot of conversation. Maybe once or twice, like the first week or two, you hear all that stuff, but eventually you hear all the lines and you just kind of want to turn it down or turn it off. So hopefully there is an option in the options to turn off banter between characters. That was a super short one. Let's get on to the next. Now, this next thing might actually just be a non-starter, because I believe they mentioned it in one of their videos, but that is that the UI kind of sucks in this game, and I believe that they said that you can fully customize your UI. I don't know to what detail or to what depth that can actually go to, but from what I've seen of the UI, it kind of sucks. It feels like super 2009. I kind of wish they would just take some of those things off the screen and maybe make it, a little bit more discreet. That could just be me, but the UI definitely leaves some things, to be desired, and hopefully the options to fully customize it can alleviate a lot of this. And who knows, by the time the game comes out, the UI might not even look like this. It might be completely different, more streamlined. But yeah, moving on to my last point, and that's going to be the actual AI of the enemies. Now, I know we've only seen the enemies fight in these showcases. We haven't seen them fight, in real time. And that's the thing that I dislike about these showcases so much, is that they don't really represent how the game is going to actually be played. And they also haven't came out and discussed anything about difficulty options, if they're going to be, easy, medium, hard, very hard, or they're just going to save those things for like the actual end game, and that the base game is just going to be one base, difficulty. But from what we've seen from the enemies so far, they kind of just stand there. They don't do a whole lot. And I don't know if it's just because the showcases or just the, they program to do that for, just the actual videos, but I'm hoping that they can make the AI a little bit more aggressive, and I'm hoping that they could just not stand there, wait for their turn. And I know that's just like a game design choice that a lot of studios go for, which is all good, which is all fine and dandy. I respect that, but there needs to be a little bit more urgency in the combat. And whether you get that from the actual difficulty settings or just bumping up the AI in the base game, we shall see. The game's still a month away, so we're all still speculating at this point. We don't know exactly how the game's going to be at launch. but I really hope they have, you know, multiple difficulty options, because I myself, I like to play not on the hardest difficulty at first. I go usually one below the hardest, and then I go through the game again on like the max, you know, difficulty settings. That's just how I play my games. So hopefully they can accommodate that. And this entire video is just one big opinion piece, by the way. This is these are things that stuck out to me that, you know, I would like adjusted. So if there's anything else that you guys saw, that you've seen the footage, you heard other people talking about, let me know in the comments, and yeah, we can talk about it. Now, as of right now, this game is about a month away. When I publish this video, yeah, it'll be 30 days away. So if you guys want to play, you know, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing like open lobbies and stuff like that. And that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all that shenanigans, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is Alex. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.